Pregame.com.
Cal plus 24 at Oregon, Thursday Night Football. Marco, I actually lean towards the favorite here, but let me be very clear. I lean because on a public game, and these standalone games have more public action,
Correct.
which mean the public biases are applied to a greater degree. I am always going to be disinclined to land the favorite. But the reason I lean Oregon is because it is such a marquee game with so much attention. And you've got the whole idea of style points. Oregon, to me, is the type of team that if they are out physicaled at the line, they're going to have trouble even winning the game. But if they actually have superior players and they have the scheme which is superior, it feels like sometimes they can name the score. And this is a series against Cal where they've been naming the score. They've been pretty successful. I don't see any reason that they wouldn't be able to, and the question is motivation. And to me, ton of motivation here because they already got a loss. So to get to where they want to go, they've got to be super impressive. What's your thoughts?
Well, you're exactly right that they do like, this is a team that, you know, I kind of refer to them like the Baltimore Ravens. They like to bully the teams that they can bully. One thing is, I don't know if you remember or not, this is the team that almost beat them last year in the great flop bowl or injury bowl. This is the game California where the players were faking injuries to slow down Oregon, and the score was 15-13. Oregon now was played in the rain, if I do remember correctly, but you never hold Oregon to 15 points, and that's when they started complaining after that game.
So the Cal coach has been there, if I'm not mistaken, since 2002. I just read that. And so the question is, in general, Oregon has been, I think dominant's the right word. Now, last year, you have a situation where it would seem like you could say, well, wait a minute, maybe Cal's defense is well suited to start this scheme. Now, the fact that prior years to that, it wasn't so much the case, and that Cal has, that Oregon's done particularly well. How do you look at that when it comes to the fundamentals of the matchup?
Well, you got, when there's one game out of the ordinary, you got to kind of, throw it out that was just, one of those games, and especially under those circumstances. California, they're not going to get away with that again.
So it might be the USA Today handicapper is going to look at last year's score and say, wow, maybe there is a schematic advantage that Cal has. They're the one that can stop Oregon, and you're saying that history says no.
No. The year before, they lost to Oregon 42-3 the last time they played here in Oregon. And since, one other thing with Oregon, since they lost that opening game to LSU, and we've gone on to see LSU's the real deal, there's no question about that.
And I think that's a great point, is as the season progresses, you can look at wins and losses and reevaluate their meaning. And right now, that loss to LSU looks slightly less negative than it would have if LSU hadn't played so well since.
Absolutely. And first, week of the season, Oregon had some transition this year with players. So, early in the season as opposed to now, I don't think Oregon would get rolled the way they got rolled at the beginning of the season against LSU. They're averaging 60 points a game since the LSU game after that opening loss.
Hi, so let's look at a few trends here. Oregon has covered 24 of 35, so 24 and 11 as a double-digit favorite, which kind of talks about this scheme, their love of style points, being able to name the score. Now, Cal has actually covered 20 of 27 as a double-digit dog. So you got seemingly a good double-digit dog. Technically, in a technical sense, I call that a wash. Personally, I'm not playing this. I'm staying away from the dog. And remember, you might not know this, but a loser avoided is more valuable than a winner gained.
Game saved 10%.
Exactly, save that 11 to 10. So the fact of the matter is, I'm always going to be looking to take the points in a Thursday game like this, especially when they're double digits. The fact that I'm not taking the points here is a strong opinion, though I'm not playing the other side.
Okay.
Any closing thoughts on the handicap real quick?
No, the numbers I think the numbers where it should be. I don't think there's, any edge number-wise. it's going to be an entertaining game. I guarantee this, you won't see a 15-13 score this week.
Okay, my official projection, I'm going to say 47-20, so slightly over the number there. Okay, now on Thursdays, we give at pregamepros.com, you can get a best bet from one of our pros, usually our hottest pro, for $1. You're going to be the best bet tomorrow.
We are. And normally I would be selling my game for $25, so you're going to be able to pick up my Thursday night football best bet for $1.
All right, pregamepros.com. All right, guys, next up we're going to be talking Friday's game with Boise State. Talk to you then.